Hey guys! So today is going to be a makeup transformation of a character with a very sad frown of the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is one of the only few Nightmare Before Christmas characters I haven't done. I've always wanted to do this, and surprise, surprise, it's a collaboration with MsMaoMaoz here on YouTube, who is so talented. I'm going to be doing the sad face of the mayor, and he has two faces, so she's going to be doing the happy face. That's more orange and bright and colorful, and mine's very dull white with a sad, creepy frown. And now it is time to get started on this makeup transformation. Before I start, I need to let you know I am not naked. I do have a tube top on, but I'm going to put a wig cap on because we're going to put a giant hat on later. To get all that hair out of my face, I'm going to put some bobby pins in to make sure the wig cap doesn't slide off. And then I'm going to do my eyebrow trick where I smooth down my eyebrows, get them as flat as they can be to put makeup on later. I'm getting some glue stick with layers of powder. I'm doing about 3 layers specifically for my eyebrows. If you've been watching my channel, you may know this step, but depending on your eyebrow hair thickness, you want to do 2 to 4 layers of glue with powder. And now to sketch out the outline of this sad-faced mayor, I'm getting a white eyeliner pencil, and he has this slanted nose hole. That's like a more wide skull nose bone hole area. Kind of looks like a boomerang. You really want to make this face more of a triangle. It reminds me of those cute little rice balls from the Hayao Miyazaki Japanese animation films. The shape of his face, that is. I'm doing the big eye holes and then the complete mouth. He has like a little section of mouth that I'm going to put in between the nose and my upper lip, between his eyes and his mouth. And we are also going to outline on our neck the collar of his shirt, and he has this beautiful intricate spider detail below the collar peeking out from under his collar, and a vest type jacket thing. Go big or go home. We're gonna do the whole entire face and a body painting with this of his whole entire suit and outfit. That's to die for, and I actually love. Even though I hate spiders, it's so creepy to paint it later, but it'll be worth it and really cool looking. And now it's time to start painting our face. I'm gonna get a NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk because cream paints just work better on top of the eye covers of the glue sticks we did. Making sure to color in that whole entire eye socket we drew on of this character that are big and long and wide over our entire eyes and a little bit on our forehead. The shape of these big eye holes on his face kind of look like giant eggs. And you want to make sure all of that is powdered down really well, because we're gonna move on to another type of white paint, and this is white aqua paint. The reason why I'm switching between cream paints and white aqua paints is because the white aqua paint doesn't give off a harsh cast of shininess when your skin gets oily while I'm sitting here for 3 hours to do this makeup. As long as you don't mix the two paints together, it's totally fine, or have layers of powder in between, it will be great. That's why we outlined our face first, because when you're painting this white, you want to leave areas blank where his mouth is going to be between your nose and your upper lip, and his actual nose hole on the bridge of your nose that you drew on before. We're going to leave some of our bottom chin completely bare because we're going to paint that black later. You really want to make sure you look at reference pictures for this character while you're doing this to make sure it looks perfect and cool. It kind of looks like I'm smearing some frosting all over my face, but since we have that white aqua paint open, I'm going to move on to the collar of his shirt, where the spider is going to peek out from under later. Sounds so creepy. You could definitely use a hairdryer in between these layers of aqua paint to make sure they dry fast. And with this white aqua paint, we're also going to make sure to color the other areas of his white shirt around that giant spider figure. I'm so terrified of spiders that even watching myself paint this on is creeping me out, and the spider isn't even colored in yet. Again, you could blow dry your skin on your chest. That sounds weird, but it will help the makeup set if you want to put other layers of color on it. Now I'm getting a very thin black eyeliner pencil. This is one from Maybelline that I'm using for the first time, and I love how thin it is and intricate. So with it, I am outlining the shapes of the eyes. Again, you really want to make sure you look at your reference pictures for this because he has very unique eyes. And it's what really draws you in and makes him look very sad and pathetic, which is what you want for this look. Coloring in that black hole where his nose should be, that boomerang shape I talked about. Now I'm just getting this random crown brush palette, whatever palette you have that has primary matte colors of eyeshadows. I'm getting a yellow in this to color in around the inside of the entire eyeball, and then some red eyeshadow with the stipple sponge to color on top of that. He has these like bloodshot reddish yellow eyes that still have some white in it. Like he's really sad and been crying all night. You know how you wake up the next day from crying and you have bloodshot eyes, or directly after crying? I don't know, maybe I'm the only crier here. And then I'm gonna get some black cream paint. Then I wanna get a black eyeliner and color in the pupil of his eyes. You want them to go off to the side a little bit so he looks worried, and you want them to be small compared to the other huge size of his entire eyeball. Now I'm going to get some blue eyeshadow colors and color in the shadows around his eyes. He has like these blue shadow marks that will draw more attention to the eyes and complement the yellow colors of the eyes that we put on earlier. You want to make sure to make some parts of the blue very dark and it fade lighter to a lighter blue towards the center of his eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like an ombre effect that frames around his eyes. Now I'm just getting some matte black eyeshadow with a slanted kind of eyeliner eyeshadow brush and coloring in the shape around his mouth. He has like this part that attaches around his mouth. It kind of looks like a piece of his face, almost like he's a Mr. Potato Head type character. Maybe it's easier for when he flips his face from sad to really happy. Now I'm just gonna get some sage green paint from my Ben Nye Death Wheel palette because it's the perfect color for the green lip part of his mouth that's around his teeth. I think those are his lips. It's like a split pea soup type color. You want it very dingy and green. Then I'm really using this Ben Nye Death Wheel palette to good use because I'm using this light-ish yellow kind of khaki color that's going to be the color of his teeth, and it matches practically perfectly to the actual character from the movie. Now I'm just powdering down that entire mouth area that I just painted on with some translucent powder before I get some black cream paint with a very thin paintbrush, and I'm just doing some outlines very lightly with the cream paint around his mouth before coloring in the zigzag sharp teeth he has. You want them to be at like Dorito shapes that are angled a little bit and go downwards on the side so he looks very sad. Now it's time to move on to that very creepy spider that is going to creep me out while I paint this with some black aqua paint, leaving some room for the little hourglass shape on the spider's butt that indicates that he's a black widow on his chest. Ooh, that freaks me out. I can never do that. Even if it's a dead one as a necklace, no. Making sure there's 3 legs on each side that crumple really creepily on the chest like it's a decoration, and it really freaks me out. Getting some red cream paint and coloring that hourglass shape that indicates it's a black widow. Getting some white cream paint and making some little eyeballs on this spider to make it look more realistic to the actual character in the movie. Getting some matte black eyeshadow and shadowing in around the spider so you can really tell that the collar of his shirt is curving over the spider and the shirt looks a little bit more realistic, even though this movie's a claymation. Now I'm just getting this gray tone cream paint from my Ben Nye Death Wheel. I told you I'm really going to use this Death Wheel a lot. I absolutely love it. Make sure you don't color in those collars of his jacket because we're going to paint those black next. You really want to make sure this has good coverage and make sure everything's covered on your shoulders. The gray tone's perfect for his jacket color. I'm getting that with some mixing solution that turns cream products into more of a foundation for bigger areas. But girl, it's kind of pricey. You could probably use any type of lotion to do this if you don't have it. With a foundation brush, you really want to get good coverage because I'm gonna paint this on my shoulders, around my armpits, and body where his jacket is supposed to be. That's totally matte gray in the movie. Because once those gray parts are covered, I'm gonna get some black aqua paint and start painting my ears and the sides of my face. We wanted our face to have a shape of it almost like a triangle. At least have it smaller at the top of our forehead and go wider towards the mouth. And you want to make sure that bottom part under our chin that's above the collared white part of the shirt, completely black as well. And we're gonna use this black aqua paint to paint in the black collars on his jacket. Again, when using aqua paints, make sure it's not drippy or runny. You want the perfect consistency where it's not too thick and it will skip on your skin, and you don't want it too runny. Somewhere in between. You want it creamy almost. And some more matte black eyeshadow to shadow in around that spider on the whiteness of his shirt to make it have more detail and that spider to really stand out, which I don't know why because it's so creepy. But girl, it's his outfit. I don't have a choice in it. Tim Burton did. Getting more of that matte black eyeshadow and shadowing in areas around his eyes to give it more definition and features. Make those eyes really stand out. and outlining the areas around his mouth as well. And once you're done painting all those features on his face, you can get a huge witch's hat. I mean, with this black background, it's hard to see the hat, but it's huge. I'm gonna put it on my head to top this entire look off. You're completely done with your sad mayor from The Nightmare Before Christmas makeup look from the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas. Absolutely love doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I love anything Tim Burton, you know this. I'm a huge fan. You can check out my other Nightmare Before Christmas makeup looks of Sally and Jack. Also, this video was in collaboration with MsMaoMaoz here on YouTube, who is so incredibly talented. She did the happy version. So if you'd like to see her version of the happy face of this mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas, please click the first link in the description box below. And she has also done her own versions of Jack and Sally as well. So have fun with our Tim Burton looks. And now it is finally time to take off this makeup. This is a lot of body painting. It was kind of difficult to take off. And by the way, I was super duper sick while I was filming this. I had an allergy attack from terrible food I ate that I was allergic to. So if I look a little down and sad while I'm taking off this makeup look, even more sad than the actual character I painted on my face. Yeah, it was a rough night, but I'm so glad I completed it and I really loved doing this for you guys. All the products I used in this video, of course, will be listed down below in the description box. If you guys do this makeup or any makeups on my channel, please post it on Instagram and tag me, #katsketch. @katsketch is my Instagram page. Thank you guys again for always supporting this channel and for letting me collaborate with awesome YouTubers like MsMaoMaoz. Now it's time for me to hit the shower. I love you all. Definitely see you soon. Goodbye.